My name is Kat Kibben. I work with recruiters every day to do better interviewing. And today I want to flip that advice to tell you what recruiters are really looking for when they ask you the question, tell me about yourself, and how you should answer it every time. So, personally, I think the question, tell me about yourself, is a little lazy. And it's tempting to want to say, well, you looked at my resume, you invited me here. Like, don't you know why I'm here? But that's really what recruiters are looking for when they're asking you that tell me about yourself question. What they're asking for is if you can add just a little bit of context and clarity to that really long document, because you kind of have to realize they've looked at hundreds at this point and they might not remember every little detail about you. So here's how you're going to answer that question to make sure you give the recruiter the information they need so that you move on to the next section and you help yourself with this answer. So, whenever I'm answering this question, what they're looking for is the scope and scale of your work. You're going to start by giving some high level overview, and I highly recommend you memorize your answer to this question. So get your pen out and start writing this down so you can get a draft done as soon as this video ends. First thing, high level sentence about your background. I also love this as an opportunity to say something that might stand out for the wrong reasons. So for me, I switched jobs pretty frequently in probably a 5-year range because I got laid off twice. And so I might start by saying, if you looked at my resume, you might be a little confused about all the jumping around, but I promise it all adds up to exactly why I'm here today. I love just addressing it at the highest level because, again, it soothes any question marks at the end instead of leaving the questions there and not addressing the challenge. Next, you're going to walk through your resume at the highest level. You do not need to mention every single job. I really want you to focus on the 3 jobs where you did the work that was most aligned with the job that you're applying to. So, for example, you might say, I was a marketing director and then I moved to VP instead of going all the way back to your very first marketing internship. The number one thing people miss when they're doing this tell me about yourself question is that they don't add the scope and scale of the work, meaning how much, how many you led a team, how many people you managed a budget, how big was that budget. Make sure you're dropping in some of those details here because it's only going to help that recruiter contextualize the information on paper and remember that information that they read before. And then at the very end, you're going to wrap it up with something marginally corny. Hear me out. You're going to say, and I hope the next thing that goes on that resume is working for you. Something along those lines, something that's personal and personable, because usually this is one of those first questions out of the gate and you want to build rapport quickly. And that's going to give you the chance to do that. If you love this advice and you're looking for a job or you're a recruiter looking for tips on how to make hiring more human, you should hit that subscribe button because I've got videos for both of you that will help you get to the next best step in your career. Can't wait to see you, and I hope you'll enjoy the other videos on this channel.